then came Viking. It was the most ambitious robotic space mission NASA had ever undertaken. It was the summer of 1976. America was on a bicentennial high, and a spacecraft was on its way to test for life on Mars.
We had waited, many of us, our whole career for this magic moment of when we were actually going to do the test for life on Mars. I mean, can you imagine what it's like to be the first experimenter, the scientist who's going to be able to even ask the question, even if you don't get the answer? Once Viking was on the ground, you could just imagine the excitement. Everybody with their fingers crossed and hoping against hope that maybe we get some kind of result out of this.
For 7 days, Viking treated the world to picture after stunning picture of the red planet. They showed a Mars that was a frigid desert, where the temperature hovered around 100 degrees below zero. This was not the sort of place where life ought to flourish. But Viking was built to detect microscopic life lurking in Martian soil. On the 8th day, a scoop reached out to grab a sample of red earth, and the test was underway.
The light went on and told us that we're incubating, it's working now. Any moment now you're going to start getting the data.
Inside Viking, nutrients were added to the soil. And to everyone's amazement, there was an instant response. Gas came pouring off. This gas was just what bacteria on Earth produce.
Every single point was an emotional moment. Look at it's going, you know, it's gone up a little bit. It's gone up a little bit more. It's gone up a little bit more. Then when it stops, we couldn't believe it. We couldn't. Hey, the curve has stopped moving.
As the team pored over the results, they could hardly believe their eyes. The sample had done just what was expected, if there were organisms in it. Viking seemed to be saying there was life on Mars.
We never slept. We didn't think about anything. Our lives stopped. Our children stopped. Our everything stopped. Bank bills were left unpaid while we focused on the events that were going on.
Before they announced their discovery, mission scientists wanted to make sure the reaction from the soil was really caused by microbes. So Viking performed another test, one that scanned the soil for organic chemicals, the raw materials from which all life is made.
All of us were so certain it was going to be organic material on Mars. And when it came back saying there isn't any, we said, well, we'll look in another place. Somehow we picked up a sterile sample or something wrong. And we moved over rocks, we dug down, we did everything we could. We did these tests again and again and again, but it all came out negative.
With that one result, hopes of life on Mars were dashed. There were no microbes. That initial test result was probably due to a corrosive chemical in the soil, created by intense ultraviolet radiation from the sun. Nothing could live in Martian soil. Viking was over, and it had taken all our dreams of Mars with it.